Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. You are watching Release with Shawna Elise. Insert title here. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are already part of my family, welcome back. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so that way you can always know when I have something new for you guys. Stuck to my chair. As you can tell by the title, I am doing a little bit of a work-related video. I work in a field that is driven by opinion versus fact. I am a visual coordinator, for those of you who do not know. So I go into stores and I make sure they are visually appealing to the guests, and that will entice them to buy. That's just the overall summary of what I do. In my position, there are times that someone can walk in and say, oh, I love that. It's so perfect. It's amazing. And then the next minute, someone can walk in and say, I hate it. Why is it like that? That the customer doesn't like that. They don't want that. And sometimes that can be brought on by factual information. They know that this has not worked in the past in this location because of how traffic is and what their clientele is and what their customer base is, and when that will work is during this season because it's a different clientele because I work in a tourist industry. So there are times where there are facts that can go with that, but a lot of times it's opinion. So I decided to do a video to kind of like vent myself, I guess, but also explain to you guys what I'm doing to combat stress at work. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not doing it well. My throat itches, I'm sorry. I am not gonna lie to you guys. There are times that, I wonder if I made the right decision leaving what I was doing and coming into what I'm doing now. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's always peaches and cream. But what I'm trying to do to combat the heavy weight of the stress that I do face, and how I am trying to still make sure I have a positive attitude when I go into work and make sure I am still pushing myself, these are the things that are helping me. I'm gonna give you a little bit of background first, so see if this can help relate to you before we even get into the video, because you may not be dealing with this type of stress at work. Before I became a visual coordinator, I was a store manager. To me, that was very black and white as to what my expectations were. Now, working for different people, you had a little bit different expectations, and sometimes they weren't as black and white. I do a lot better working in a black and white, these are the rules, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do type of place, because I do not like to break the rules. I want to know what I'm allowed to do, and if I can go out of my box, I want to know how far out of my box I can go creativity-wise. Being a store manager, it was about making your numbers, about making sure that you had a team that was understanding of what the company's goal was, that they were credible of what they were doing, so you gave them the knowledge and the ability to be successful at their job. Now, of course, with those type of things, you could be in opinion state. You can say, oh yeah, I'm making sure this person understands what they're supposed to do with their job, but then when you're not in the building, they're not doing their job. That, of course, there are those things. But when I say that, for me, working in an opinion versus fact type of field, I feel like no matter what you do visually, it's either liked or it's not liked. You can follow all the standards. It's in a pyramid, there is a focal point, its adjacencies are perfect. You can do all of those things, and because someone, maybe in their mind, it's not how they pictured it, it's like, it's not right. So for me, being the type of person that I am an overachiever. I like to do well at whatever I do. It's something that, for me, it's just, I want to be an amazing mom. I want to be the best mom that I can be. I want to be a really good friend. I want to be the best friend that I can be. I will ask my friends like, what, I don't know, what am I doing? Can I do something better? I will ask that at work. It's something that's very important for me to succeed at whatever I'm doing and make sure that I'm being the best that I can be in it. Why? Because it strives me to be great, and it also pushes me to step out of my box. So then whenever I am on my own and I'm running my own business, I can be able to still continue to push myself. I'm not relying on other people to push and motivate me, that I can do it myself. So this is why it's causing stress for me. It is so freaking hard, guys. Like, I don't even know where to even begin. Like, it's so hard trying to say, okay, I am meeting the expectations. I mean, am I hitting the stories that I'm supposed to be hitting? Am I doing the things that they're asking me to do? Yes, but you don't feel, not that I need a constant pat on the back all the time, but you don't really feel like you yourself are making the typical impact that you're used to doing. So with me, as a store manager, I make my numbers. You know, this I knew I was doing well. My team members on my in my store were being promoted. Things like that. Like, there was a constant way of, maybe I'm not getting the recognition of it, but it was obvious signs that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing, and it didn't need to come verbally from someone. So I guess that's what it is that I need something showing that non-verbal pat on the back saying, okay, you are killing this, you are nailing this, because you're going in, you're doing somewhat the same thing kind of every day. And there's stores that are doing better, but you're not in the store, so you don't know if that's really the impact is coming from you, because you got to think there's the sales team, and there's that store manager, and there's the people who are in there every single day who are driving that business as well. So it's not as easy to say, yeah, that store made that day because I did that visual move and it really impacted their business. Now, yes, there are times that we of course see that the things that we do impact the business. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a job. If we didn't impact the business in a positive way, I would not have a job. But it's not as easy to see as you do in your other fields. And then you get a lot of pushback from other people. So a DM can come into a store and say, yeah, this is what I see for this store. But that store manager can say, oh, this is what I see. And so you're in this constant battle of, I work with a store manager when I'm in the store, so I know they feel this way about their customer and their clientele. But then you have this DM coming in with their expertise as to why they feel like this is working and why they need to try this. So you're trying to play both, where you're like, all right, well, let me meet this halfway and understanding this, meet both of these people halfway. I'm doing a new store setup, and the planning team have put so much energy and thought and planning into a store opening, and I take this information and I go into a store to do a new store opening, and the store manager is questioning what we're doing and why we're doing it and why it doesn't work for their store, that these people who are in their position have spent months and months and months planning and trying to figure out. But then I have to understand that the store manager, say it's a remodel, the store manager understands their business, their clientele, their location of where they're at. So even though I'm sure the planning people put that in perspective when they were planning the store, it does not mean that it really, when it comes live, is actually what happened. So then I have to make the decision of when to follow the plan and when to not listen to what the store manager wants. And the reason why this gets stressful is because, I can relate to both sides. I can relate to the fact that now I am in my position, and respect the fact that how much planning went into it coming to now. And whenever I was a store manager, I also knew that I knew my business, and I can tell you numbers as to why that will not work. So it gets kind of stressful. What I'm doing now to really stay positive in this is I'm really just leaning on my coworkers. I have some amazing coworkers. Don't want to get emotional because you guys know I'm a crybaby. But I have some really amazing coworkers, and I am leaning on them. There's two of them that You know, when I came into this position, they are the only two that are still here. And the rest of our team has completely changed out. And I really just lean on them as far as support goes to make sure, like, you know, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? You know, can you please give me some feedback, because I have a very trusting relationship with them where I can, you know, take their feedback and know that it's coming from a positive place, not in a vicious way at all. And really just make sure that I am staying grounded with what I'm doing. Also, making sure that I communicate with the store managers and the DMs, and making sure that I'm saying, you know, okay, so I'm really trying to meet both of you guys halfway, and talking them through why I'm making the decisions that I'm making, how me making this decision is not saying that I do not have faith in what they're saying, but there's this reason why we have to go with this decision. So I'm also trying to make sure that I make the right business decisions for wherever I am at. So if I'm in a store opening or a remodel, making sure that I'm clarifying the reason why I'm making these decisions. And then also being open to know that I am possibly wrong. Like, did you hear that? It was kind of hard coming out, I guess. But I could be wrong, and, you know, making sure that I admit that. And that's something that I do feel I do well, is admitting when I'm wrong and apologizing, but just making sure that I do it a little bit more, and asking people a lot more, well, why do you feel like this is not going to work? Because in an opinion versus fact type of situation, that opinion really, for me, it doesn't matter. What matters is, if it's not going to work, I just don't like it. It doesn't work for me, because you don't like it because of what? We've tried this before and we saw a loss in numbers because of this. I do not like it because whenever you walk in, this becomes the focal point, and that's the last thing we need the focal point to be, because our casino partners do not like that to be our focal point. Things like that. So really trying to force the fact out of people's opinion. And if there's not one there, just going with my best judgment, and realizing that I was hired to do a job that is my expertise, and that my judgment is going to, at the end of the day, be the best thing that I can use. So, I don't know. I guess that's the end of this video. I hope that helped you guys. I think that helped me. But thank you for watching. This was Shawna with Release with Shawna Elise, and have a nice day or night, depending on what it is, okay? We had to clean out our warehouse, and I'm gonna figure out a way to work in my background, and I need a video filming area. But thank you for watching Release with Shawna Elise. Catch you next time. No stressing at work, okay? Okay.